not any different. And we will be ending right at 9 on the dot, no matter how many people are left with questions, just to respect everybody's time. That's what I like to do. And because it's past my bedtime already. So without further ado, I'm actually going to read. I can't do Kathy. I mean, we all know Kathy's story, but I can't do her justice. And I know last week we had people on our call who literally purchased their products 30 minutes before and jumped on the call. So they were green. So just so you know, Kathy, sometimes we have people on this call who haven't even received their products yet. And then we have people on this call who have been in the business for 3 to 5 years. So we're kind of speaking to everybody, but the goal of this boot camp that Hilari and I put together was to kind of reignite everybody and go back to basics. So whether you've been in this industry for 1 day, 1 year, or 10 years, it's just really remembering the basics and the foundations and never stop doing them, right? So that's kind of what we're here for. So we can't wait. So without any further ado, in 1992, Kathy Coover left her career as a dental hygienist in search of a way to spend more time with her family and contribute to others on a greater scale. And Kathy went on to become a top earner in 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 separate network marketing companies, generating millions in income and helping tens of thousands of entrepreneurs to achieve success. Remaining focused on her aspirations to positively impact the lives of others, Kathy joined her husband, Jim, and together they co-founded Isogenics with John Anderson. And they set out to build a network marketing company that would be different than all the rest. That's why we're all here tonight. Founded on integrity, passion, and collaboration. And I love that integrity, passion, especially collaboration, because we talked about, you know, Hilari and I joining together to collaborate with all these different teams who were not really linked to in any way. We're just collaborating to share this vision of Isogenics. Kathy is nationally recognized and respected leader who has translated her personal achievements into training and support systems that have helped create physical and financial success for countless Isogenics associates. So that was it in a nutshell. And she's a grandmother now to Soul. She has an amazing family, and we're just honored that you're here.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and many kudos to both of you for your leadership and all of that you're doing. It's just so great to see the collaboration and how much fun we're having. We really are changing people's lives. So I'm excited to be on the call. It's been a busy day. I've been in this chair since 5:30.
Oh my goodness.
We'll pour you a glass of wine when we're done.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to start, Hilari? And we're going to kind of do an interview session with Kathy because we thought we want to keep Kathy on her toes.
I know. I have no idea. Don't you love it? Like, at Chicago ICU, I had no idea, but it turned out so good.
Good. So Rita and I said when we were talking today, we're like, we just want you to like give it to them. Okay. Because, you know, I think that's one thing people look at, you know, Rita, and they're like, oh, she has all these people because she was a fitness model. And then they look at me and they're like, oh, she's in network marketing before. And Rita and I were kind of laughing about that. We're like, no, that has nothing to do with our success. It's that we're diligent and consistent all the time and persistent when people say no. And we just, you know, keep moving forward. And I think that, you know, one of the things that, so many things that I admire about you, Kathy, but is that you just like now, you're the owner of the company and you're here on a Monday night at 7 o'clock doing a Zoom. And you've been, like you said, been in that chair for 2 hours. You don't have to do this. And so I just really, you know, admire that about you. But with these guys, I want you to like tell them if you are new, because like Rita said, some of them are brand new. Some of them have been in for a while. You know, some of them have been in up to 12 years that are on here tonight. Like if you were new and you could only do, like, what would be the first 3 things if you were a new person joining Isogenics who wanted to build this opportunity? Because like Rita said, we have a compensation plan like none other. And you guys, if you've been in the industry a while, you know that you can take any other comp plan and put it up against ours and there's nothing like it. And so, I mean, what are the 3 things, Kathy, you would do to just right out of the gate, get your business off on the right foot?
Well, first of all, you know, what you're doing right now is, you know, building belief and getting to one of our events. And I'm sure many of you were at Celebration and getting that belief, because I think belief is so important. But the 3 things that I would do is if I just got started, I would be making my list. I'd be thinking of all the people I know that have a burning desire to change their position in life, whether physically or financially. And there's so many people out there just looking for that, making that list, and don't prejudge anybody. And then it's simply, you know, the three things that we always do, and that's is prospecting, enrolling, and training. And you need to be talking to these people. You need to contact them. And whatever it is, I think it's really with technology you're so lucky because you can do things so much faster. Oh my gosh. I mean, I love the voice text because it shows passion. And I would voice text your people and just share with them your excitement. I'm so excited. I just started on a new program where I just aligned with a health and wellness company that's changing people's lives physically and financially. I thought of you, this product's changed my life, and I'm looking for some people that might want to join me. If you're interested in hearing about it, please let me know. You send the voice text, and then right after you send the voice text, you might want to say what time works for you, but you type that one out because a lot of times the voice text, if people aren't used to it, they'll see it that way and they'll listen to it and then repeat it underneath, what time can we talk? You just be contacting, and you can do that so fast through your list because let's face it, hardly anybody picks up their phone anymore. And so that voice text, it shares the emotion, the passion. You can text it, with your fingers, but there's nothing like the passion in your voice. And then you set appointments up and you start following. You start contacting them and sharing the videos on iSaMovie, whichever one you like. And if you haven't gone through iSaMovie and you're brand new, I would encourage you to get iSaMovie up and go through every single video. And as you're watching each one of the videos, make your list from that video because you're going to think about people, that you might not have thought about, but that movie might attract that. You're going to think of people interested in weight loss. You're going to think of people interested in health and wellness. You're going to think about people interested in financial, that they're interested in the financial part. So make your list right from there and then start contacting them and showing them the video and immediate follow-up and creating the urgency and casting the vision. I know when you get started, it's hard to have that belief in the financial opportunity, but you need to borrow belief from Hilari, Rita. I saw Gwen and Liddell on, I saw a lot of people on there, and just say, look, I'm aligning with a team of people that are committed to help people. There's a little bit receding their way thins. So anyway, but you can always align with someone. Like, we were at ICU this weekend and a lot of people said they weren't comfortable talking about, the business yet, but they could say they're working with a team of people that are helping people get out of debt. They're helping people create their dreams, and you wanted to contact them. You borrow the belief of other people, link arms with them. And then when you get more confident, like Hilari and Rita are, they're confident, then it's a whole different ball game. You can just use your own passion and your clarity and your confidence to come across. But when you're new, I think it's really good to say you're working with a lady or you're working with a couple or whoever you're working with that's really teaching you how to create an additional stream of income without leaving your current job. Right there, that could be a good one. I'm working with this couple and they're teaching people how to create additional income stream without losing their current position so the families can, get out of debt and have freedom and choices in life. Boom, you could just text that right there real quick.
It's so awesome. Oh my gosh. That's like, you guys, but do you hear the passion? People are like, yeah, you guys can enroll anybody. No, it's the posture that you carry. And even when, Kathy knows this, but when I was brand new, we had made no money because I was brand new. And back then, you guys, we made money from cycle only. Like literally, that's how I acted like we'd already made $1 million. And people would say to me, how much money have you earned? And I was like, $72, but I'm working with a guy named Lenny Evans and he's made a 6-figure income and he'll help you do the same thing. And then I would call Lenny on a 3-way. He knew when I was doing my appointments and he would talk to them. And you guys, that's what we'll do. Whoever your upline is, we'll do that for you because that creates such this, it's just, affirmation that yes, what she's saying or what you're saying is true. And this business opportunity, Kathy, I saw the new video that's out on Isagenix Business. If you guys haven't seen it, somehow I missed that at Celebration. It is so good. You guys, I saw it today. I called Lindsay. I was like, Lindsay, that video is so good. So you guys, I wrote down 7 steps. We asked for 3. She gives us 7. That's awesome. So I'm like, okay. It's just the passion and the posture. So
it's how bad you want it. Really, how bad you want it. I mean, what is your dream? What's your goal? What's your vision? You know, what do you want for your family? You know, I was so sick and tired of working for someone else. I couldn't do it anymore. And so I wanted out, and I was going to do whatever it took to be successful. And, you know, that's what you need to think about. You know, I mean, when we were in Chicago, oh my gosh, Dr. Delaray's family is, they're farmers, and two of her parents' best friends committed suicide because they didn't have the money to pay. You know, they were so in debt. I mean, that's how people are suffering. Our economy has come back, but it can't get rid of the debt. There's so many people drowning in debt, and just $400 can crush a family. They have to sell things. So there's people out there looking. The middle class is being squashed, and we've got to help them get out of it. And we've got the answer. They're doing side jobs. They're doing all this stuff, and they're still trading time for money. So yeah, watch that new video. It's powerful, and you can send that to people, and it will attract the right type of people.
Yep. I copied it today after I saw it, and I sent it to several people, and that's when I messaged Lindsay. I was like, just that tool. And that kind of leads into my next question. I know one time we had a conversation about, you're like, people need to use the tools. And so what are some of the things you'd recommend or that you would use if you were in the field building as far as the tools that are offered to us?
Oh my gosh, we have so many tools.
I know, right?
But you have to find out what resonates with the person that you're talking with. And I think it's important before you send them, just don't start sending them all this stuff off. They're going to, you know, it's going to be too much. Talk to them. Say, what gets you excited? Our company has solutions for energy, weight loss, performance, vitality, and wealth creation. What gets you excited? And then you send them the tool. So there's so many things, you know, they have, you know, you have the ISA sales tools to go that you can send those things to, or you could just clip it and send them ISA movie, and you're hoping they're going to look around, but direct them to the right tool. It depends what they want. And you never know until you ask, and never assume that people don't want the financial opportunity. I found the best people in my organization were already six-figure earners. They were already very successful professionals, and they wanted more, and they were in debt, and they wanted that the residual income as a nest egg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were just talking about that. We had a guy on our team, and he's like, he looks for the people who need the weight loss and who need the money. And I said, stop looking for those people. Like, look for the people who are already fit, like Rita. Look for the people who are already financially doing well, because it's not a lifestyle change for them. You know, they're already driven personalities. They're already using, you know, food supplements. They're doing so many different things. So that's awesome. So I know you have built, you know, in other companies and created incredible legacy for your family. And so what are some of the things that you did, Kat, that like created the consistency? Like, if these guys are new and you gave them those 7 steps to get started, but what is something you did like every week or every month, or income producing activities that you made sure no matter what you did?
Well, you know, it all comes down to time management, you know, and really organizing your time. And many of you work a regular job and a career, so you've got to work these power hours. But I would say the things that I did that never change, ever change, is I always was talking to new people. I carved out time in the day that I was consistently talking to new people, whether it was my personal contacts or doing 3-ways with my team. And then I always had a personal goal. I always enrolled 6 people a month. That was it. Now, the leadership and action formula that we have with Isogenics is enroll 5 and rank advance people. So that is a great formula. So, you know, go for 5 and you get the vitamins too. I mean, you have to have that consistency. If you're not talking to new people, even as big as Hilari is and Rita, I know that they're enrolling people all the time. I mean, you wouldn't open up a Whole Foods and just have one group of people come in and that's all it's want to come in. You got to have new people coming in all the time. You're sitting on $1 million business, and it takes time to start. You got to start with first person, the second person, and then it's getting the duplication to go. It's getting people to duplicate. And remember, people will do what you do. So I always, you know, personally enrolled. I always made a commitment to rank advance. I had a goal every month what I was going to rank advance and help my team members rank advance, setting goals with my team members and helping them rank advance. And back when I was building, we didn't have all the things you have. I mean, it is amazing what you have at your fingertips. You can do things so much quicker. But, you know, carve out those times, always rank events, go for the promotions. I went for every single promotion the company did. And I'm telling you right now, we are going to have the biggest promotion in our history. We're launching in January. And when we talked about, and we did that call, enroll 15, all those points will roll over and count for this big promotion. And you're going to want to be there. You're going to want to do it. And it's doable. And it's going to be a year-long promotion that we're going to do together. It's going to create that consistency. So go for the promotions. Go for Dash to Disney. I mean, I see people that they've already won it. I mean, and I'll tell you, if you don't go for them, your team won't go for them. If you don't enroll, your people aren't going to enroll, and your business is going to die. So you are the leader. Speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. So you have to set those goals, help your people. And then the thing that I always did is after I personally enrolled them, I would interview them. I would talk to them and find out what their dreams and goals were, because I only had time to work with people that were committed and that wanted to do it. And a lot of people come in, they put their toe in and they say, oh, you know, I will, you know, I want to do this. But I said, look, let me ask you a few questions because I want you to help you achieve your dreams and your goals. So that new associate checklist is really important. Those 5 questions that you're going to ask people. And even if they're just interested in weight loss, losing weight, say, well, why do you want to lose the weight? What is it going to look like? How will your life be different? Because you want to find out inside what it is their why, so you can hold them accountable to, because it's easy to just go in and eat the ice cream and cookies and just throw it all down the tube. So you say, I'm going to be your accountability partner. I'm going to be there for them. I'm encouraging you. But then ask them more questions. Say, look at, how do you like your job? I always ask people that. And remember, 85% of people don't like their job. So, and then, you know, get to know them. You've got to get to know your people. And then the question that I always ask, if you could live your ideal life and have everything you want, what house would you live in? You know, where would your children be going to school? What would that look like? And I make them dream. You know, I said, you know, and then they start dreaming. And then I said, then I'd ask them, how much money would that take every single month to live that ideal life? And that's where the reality check comes in. I had this one person in Canada, I was interviewing on stage, and, you know, she basically said she loved her job. It was so much fun. She just was so passionate about it. Then I asked her about what her ideal life was and how much money. And she goes, I just realized I'm never going to live my ideal life. I'm never going to have it with my career. Thank you for waking me up. So, and then I need to build the side business. So interviewing your people, setting the goals, showing them you share, they share. I mean, Hilary's a master at it. I mean, she has their 2 names out of them before she gets off the phone with them. So use that. If you don't use you share, they share, and show them how to get their products paid for, they aren't going to do it. The next ones aren't going to do it. And once again, your business will die. I mean, the things that we're teaching you are tried and true. We're not making them up. These things work. So it's a real simple process to go through. But you can send them the interview if you want, and then set up a time if you want to see the questions, or you can just grab them on the phone, whatever works.
And you guys, it is that, so, I mean, Jimmy Smith has said from the time he started coaching me, it's not a complicated business. He's not saying it's easy, but it is simple. And if you just follow those steps Kathy just said over and over and over, I think that sometimes people think like it's, oh, we have to do less work. But, you know, like for Disney, I told my kids, like, we're going to earn this and we're going to be in the top 10 in the company. And so I've told Kathy that from the beginning. And as of this morning, we were 14. And I'm like, all right, we got to move 4 more spots. And the reason I'm sharing that with you guys is because if we've done this for 12 years, you guys can do this. And it's not easier for us. We've been tracking every person we've talked to. And I was telling Rita this morning, we've talked to over 100 people since the contest started. We've enrolled 12 and 2 of them are running to executive with us. But we talked to over 100. You guys. So, but we've done the exact same thing. Like I just wrote down everything Kathy has said, and I know how to do this already, but like you always have to be learning. Like look at Rita's notebook, and doing and refining and getting better at it. But I mean, I didn't just talk to 11 people to get 11 to enroll, to get 2 to build. I talked to 100. And so it's the consistency of doing it over and over and over again, just like what Kathy's done, just like doing this call tonight for us. So I
And
just
you know what, I want to say something on that, Hilary. You know, you have to realize that what is the big goal? What are you driving for? Because, you know, that might be overwhelming to some people. I have to talk to 100 people, but that's just the way it is. And it's like, would you do that to create this? I mean, look at Hilary's done. I mean, she's maxed out how many centers? 3, your mother's, your 2 other ones. And I mean, look at, she's set for life. Her kids are set for life. Would you do that? Would you talk to people about something you're so excited about? And it's not work. You're just sharing and you're just offering it to people and you're taking the ones that want it and just working with those people. So don't be overwhelmed by it. Just get out and talk to people and the magic will happen, but it comes through your passion, your conviction, and your posture.
Yeah. And don't get stuck on the ones who say no, guys, because they just don't know. And you don't have time to wait for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't mean that mean, just go to the next person, go to the next person. And when they're ready, then they'll be ready. And then you can say, great, but you don't wait for them.
It's funny. I just heard somebody say this week, just if you treat yourself like a waitress offering every single customer coffee, half of them are going to say no. It never affects that waitress's job. And she's not going to stop offering coffee to the next people who sat in her booth, right? So if you take yourself totally out of the equation and kind of get just kind of, and I don't want to say robotic because that's not who we are. We're actually making relationships with people, but in the part of thinking, oh my God, they're going to judge me. What are they going to think about me? Who am I to offer this? Just think, I offered it to the last 10 people. I'm going to offer it to the next 10 people, regardless of the outcome. And I think that mindset is such a huge thing. And
it's a gift. If you realize you have the biggest gift in your hand with the products and the business, I mean, who wouldn't share a gift? I mean, it's unbelievable how people will feel and, you know, how their lives can change with it.
I love it. Am I going on to my questions here? Okay. Well, I just want to, because we're going to leave like a good 15 minutes for everyone for your questions instead of just using Hilary and I's. But yeah, I have so many notes already. I'm so excited. I love what Kathy said about, you know, she said, make your list, don't prejudge, find those people who are building desire. But that's something next week, I'm going to be 3 years in this industry and in this business, and with Isagenix. And I continue to add people to my list every single day. You know, every single day I'm like, oh, that person comes to my mind. And they're different people than 3 years ago when I started. And like Hilary said, people always say, well, you had a big network when you started. I burned through that in 1 month. I wouldn't be here 3 years later if I just hung out with the same Facebook friends that I always did. So you definitely need to keep growing. I love that. I love how you said, Kathy, about the Whole Foods, just putting that into perspective. When you look at a brick and mortar business, they don't rely on 5 customers and then they just build their business off of that. They want new customers in their door every day. And they want those returning customers to come back. It's like a balance between being loyal to the first people and continually refueling with new people. So everything you said is, I think you've already answered all of my questions, but I guess if you were to give advice to somebody who was already in the business for 6 months, because some people get bored after 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years, and they've lost their mojo, they've lost their passion, they've thought they went through all the people, and how would you help? What would be your advice, Kathy, to reignite those people?
Well, I think they need to do some reflection and what, you know, because everything changes. Like, what excites you right now? I mean, what excited me when we started the Isagenix is different than what excites me now. What excites you now? What are you looking for? What are you passionate about? How are you going to achieve your dreams and goals? You know, and just realizing that, you know, success does take time. And some people are very fortunate to do it quickly just because of their posture and their persistence and consistency. But you know, what excites you now? What are you looking for? What are you driving for? And, you know, listen to some motivational. I mean, I listen to motivational things all the time and that are inspiring, you know, achieving your dreams. Listen to Tony Robbins. I mean, listen to Adam Markell. I mean, all it takes is reigniting your energy, and energy is everything. So, you know, if you need to reignite your energy, you're so lucky we have YouTube. I mean, I had nothing like that. I used to have to go to seminars. And so we have everything at our fingertips. Listen to a few things, write your dreams and goals, do a dream board vision, you know, and how else are you going to achieve your dreams and goals? What else can you do? This is the best business in the world. So you just need to refocus, you know, and realize that sometimes you have to, you know, bring a whole new class in, a whole new group in. Like I was talking to a few leaders in Chicago, and they said a lot of their people were apathetic, but they had a few of them that were just running. I said, well, just take those ones and run with them and create a new class and move it forward. It's okay. That's just business. It's just what it is. So working with your people that want to, and then bringing in your new class, because you only can work with 5 people at a time. Schooling them, getting them up to speed, and then you get a new class. And that's the fun part. The fun part is the enrolling. When you find that new person that's so excited, that's when people text me. They go, oh my gosh, I just got a good one. I'm so excited. If you want to get excited, enroll new people and you'll be excited.
I love that. I agree totally that when you get that new person, it just reignites yourself. What are your steps with sharing the business or the income opportunity, which I believe is our best product over ionics, over the oils, as our income boosting activity? And I just want to quickly do the quickest parentheses here, but my husband and I were reflecting today as I'm about to give birth in the next 2 weeks. Wow. And we reflected back on when my daughter was 11, we have an 11-year-old, and how we had to share my dad's van because we didn't have enough money for a car, how we were living in my parents' basement, how our lives have changed so. And we just, both of us looked at each other and said, it's isogenics. Like, I don't have to go back to work. I get to sit at this computer and the baby's room is right here. And, you know, obviously I just want to say thank you, but it's just like a wake up call. I get these kind of like taps on the shoulder all the time of like, oh, right. Because sometimes I think so many of us take for granted that we have this amazing opportunity at our fingertips. We get complacent. We get complacent with the money we're making. We're like, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. But if you guys really want to live that dream, and honestly, I'm such a different person than before Isogenics. It's crazy, but it takes the work, right? It takes the consistency. It takes talking to the people. And anyway, I just wanted to say that, Kathy. Thank you. And so what are your steps to sharing this business income opportunity with people who you initially only talk to about? Because I know a lot of people on my team say this, you know, I talked to this person about weight loss. I was too chicken to talk to them about the opportunity. I didn't want to talk about business. I didn't want to talk about money, because, you know, we prejudge and all that stuff. Would you go back to that 12 people that they had talked to 3 months ago? What would be the wording that you would use to talk to those people again? Or what kind of verbiage would you use to really switch it over to the income producing opportunity that we have?
Well, that's really a good question. A lot of people come in, you know, we have 85% consumers, 15% builders. And as you know, my goal is to double the business builders, and we're going to do it. I have no doubt about it. And because we're creating a lot of new tools for you, but, you know, they came in for a reason, and they might not have even known there was a business opportunity attached to it, because maybe you were afraid to tell them. So I would go back, and once again, you can voice text them. It's nothing like that. Just say, look, you know, I just thought about you. And the one thing I really want to share with you is what we're doing with the business, and how we're changing people's lives, how we're helping families get out of debt, how we're helping families create an additional income stream. You know, and I apologize, I didn't share that in the beginning, but I'd love to talk to you about it. I'm working with a team of people that's igniting, and they're doing this together. When are you, and then boom, send it, and then underneath, when are you available to talk? And if they don't respond back to you, that's okay. I mean, I used to go back to all my personally enrolled at least twice a year. And I had to send them an email, because back then we didn't have all the voice texting. But I would always go back twice a year to my personally enrolled people, because some of them drop off. Some of them are zeros. But you spent a lot of time and energy, you know, getting those people. So you can also say, look, I just came off of a huge event in Nashville. We had 15,000 people there. And the one thing that came to mind is that we have the best financial opportunity in the world. I would love to talk to you. Whatever feels comfortable to you. And you might want to jot it out. You might want to practice it a couple times, and then just make it you, and go and hit all those people and go back to them. You've got all their phone numbers in your personally enrolled data. That's a great list there. And remember, timing is everything. I mean, I can tell you, I just was on the phone with some big group of networkers that just came in, and there was a guy on the Zoom call that started with us in 2002, and he dropped out, and he's back in, and he's building. He just went 2-star golden circle. So if somebody didn't follow up with him, somebody else got them. So you never know. Timing is everything. And it might be the right time for them. And just say, you're coming off the big event. I'm so excited. I just thought about you. My gosh, we are changing people's lives with this financial opportunity. I'd love to talk to you about it. And then you can send them the business of the future. That new one is really good. We're working on some new tools. And then also why Isogenics is really good. It tells the whole big picture. But I think that video is really, really great because it really hits home for a lot of people. There's got to be something in there that hits home with them. So use that tool, because remember, if you don't use the tools, other people won't use the tools.
I love that. And I love how Kathy said, I apologize. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about it before. It was my mistake. I think if you open, Kathy, that honestly, people are just going to melt in your hands. What's the worst they're going to say? Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for apologizing, but I'm just going to continue using and loving these products. Once again, you're not going to stop offering coffee to the next 10 people. You're going to keep going. It's part of what your vision and your mission is.
And
go.
One thing too is just, you guys, so now that Rita pointed that out, like from this minute forward, just make a conscious decision that you're not going to share the products without sharing the opportunity, because you can't do that. Like, it's so selfish. When people don't share the opportunity, it's because you're worried about what the person's going to think about you. And it's not about you. When you share the opportunity, you're sharing it because you realize, oh my gosh, it's the best thing we have. So you have to tell every single person. And some people are going to think you're crazy and you just don't care. And the one person, people are not going to not order the shakes because you told them there was a way to make money and get it paid for. They're going to order the shakes anyway. But you're going to miss people if you don't tell them. And tell everybody, tell every single person. Even if they tell you they don't want to know about it, just tell them it's their groceries and explain it that way. Tell everybody.
And then also too, if they say it's not really for them, just say, do you know anybody that has a burning desire to change their financial blueprint? Do you know anybody? I cut my best people that way because I asked. When they said no, I always ask for a referral. And I think we forget to do that. So make a little sticky note, put it on your computer and put referrals. Because if they say no, just say, well, look I know you know a lot of people. Maybe you can help me. I'm really into this business. Do you know anybody that's looking for an additional income stream? Because it might be their sister, their brother, they might get laid off. You never know till you ask.
I love it. I even like using the words, I'm obligated to just let you know. So many times we're on the phone call with insurance companies and then we have to sit through this 30-minute spiel of something, right? So it's our obligation, and it is. It's our obligation to gift people, like Kathy said, it's a gift, right? Why are we holding back this gift? That was it for my questions, because you've over. We can beat the horse till he's dead, but you answered everything. And I rather open it up to our amazing people on this call, because we have over 100, and we have 111, 111. That's like a lucky number for me. So we have 111 people on this call, which is amazing. Wow. And so we have already people raising their hands. So I'll start with the people who have their hands raised. If you guys know how to raise your hand, at the bottom of the screen, there's a raise hand emoji con thing. And then we'll go through some questions that way, because we really want to end the call at 9. Hilari, is that okay if we start with questions? Kathy, you guys cool with that? Yeah? Okay. So Binu, I am going to lower your hand and unmute you. Hey, Binu.
Hi, Rita. Hi, Hilari. Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. I've got like 3 pages of notes. So, something you just said, Kathy, about, when people object and say, this is not for me. And then I love what you said. So there's a couple objections I've had, and I'm curious what you would say. So I was at the one event where you talked about, how excited you were and asking people about their dreams. And then I did this with a friend of mine, and she said, oh, Binu, I can't dream like that. Like, I got stopped in my boots, because she's like what my dreams and goals are. I don't know. I can't. I've got so much going on. I can't even think of that. Oh. And I kind of got stuck, because I thought, oh. So I'm just curious, what would you say to that?
Well, I would say, you really, really need to just take, 5 minutes, sit down and close your eyes and imagine what your life could be like. What would it look like? You have to take the time for yourself. You're running so fast. you know, and then if they still won't do it, you know, but still, I think that they look at 5 minutes. Just think about where does your family want to live? Where do you want to, you know, where do you want your kids to be? Or, you know, what is your future going to hold? Where do you want to travel to? And, you know, you probably caught her in the person in the wrong moment, you know, because, you know, some people are that swamp, but isn't that amazing that people don't even dream but I think just, you owe it to yourself to do 5 minutes to think about this for yourself. And if you totally object, then
yeah, I do think I caught her at the wrong time. But she's on my follow-up list because I just think if I see her again in a year, right, I'd love to have that conversation again. So I'm assuming that's a good idea, just to go back to people.
Yeah, never give up. Never give up on them. But if they're not the right one, you don't want to keep spending time. You just say, look, this may be for you, it may not be for you, but I want to offer it to you because, you know, you're a friend, and I really appreciate, you know, I really value your friendship, and so I thought about you, you know, so maybe they'll take the time to think about it, or maybe you would light a seed in her head, and she's going to go to bed, and she's going to start thinking about, look, I don't even have time to think about my dreams and goals.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's really helpful.
And get her in a triple dose of Ionics, and then talk to her.
Right.
Next, hand up or unmute yourself.
And I wouldn't wait a year.
No,
like,
that's
a year. No. Like every month, have a list, like a big whiteboard piece. Like that's kind of what I do, just Post-it note paper. And then I write the date I talk to them. And then for sure, like, and if we have a new product, I message them, oh, I think this might be for you. You know, just drip, 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 drip. You don't have to spend a lot of time, but just drip, 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 drip. And you don't know what's going to be the thing that's going to tell them yes. We had a lady enroll this last week, and she said, I saw your post on oils. And I'm like, I mean, I know she's watched us do this forever, and that was what got her attention. So just keep dripping. You never know what it's going to be.
So true.
Next question. Come on, you guys. This is an amazing opportunity. As I always say, leaders go first. There can't be a hundred.
How are you? This is
There
Chase.
we go.
How you doing?
Hey, Chase.
So it's so cool talking to Kathy Coover. I mean, this is amazing. My question is, I would like to attract more men into our business, and I want to work on how to kind of vision cast opportunity for them. Do you have any tips on how I could possibly do that better, like just to kind of paint a bigger picture for what this is about for them, like, you know, for men?
Okay, so how old are you?
34.
Okay, so you're still in the, well, you know, I think that, you know, for casting the vision, so what is your goal? What do you want to achieve? What is your dream?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to be able to do this full time. I love to travel. I lived abroad in Japan after college, so I'm used to traveling around a lot, and I love the idea of being able to express myself honestly. I'm into fitness and martial arts, so I've seen, you know, what you've done in your profession, and you and Jim and Eric. So just like having that kind of like young freedom lifestyle is super attractive to me.
Well, then you need to cast that vision. So I'm looking for some people to partner with, you know, that want to live the life of their dreams, that want to have freedom, that want to travel, that want to make a great income, but want to make a contribution to people. I'm looking for a team of people that want to do that. And I thought about you. So it's casting that vision, or a lot of people are in debt, especially you know, coming out of college, 1.5 trillion in college debt. You know, I found a way for, you know, people to get out of debt, because a lot of people still have I just talked to these doctors, and they're in their 40s and they still have student loan debt. So I mean, you know, whatever it might be for them, you know, getting out of debt, creating the freedom, you know, living the lifestyle, and making an impact on people's lives, because a lot of people go to their job and they're not really doing what they're really passionate about, and say, look, I found something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm looking for people that are motivated with a burning desire, that want to live their life of their dreams. And I thought about you. You know, my goal is to travel and to have, you know, everything I want, and I thought about you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And then physically fit too. You can talk about the fitness or whatever, but
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
And I have somebody with their hand up. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hand up. She had her like actual hand up. I don't know if she. But
Go
Wendy,
ahead.
do you want to unmute? I saw your hand waving. Wendy's on. Yeah.
Thanks.
And then I'll go to Maria, who had her
Cool.
technical hand up.
Cool.
Okay. I'm in an area where a lot of people have been on isogenics years and years ago. My person that enrolled me is not actively involved. Thankfully, Brooke Plott has taken me under her wing, and it's been awesome. But I really struggle with people who, oh, I did that years ago. I'm not sure. I want to, you know, go back into it, or it's the Juice Plus, or how do you deal with people who may have used the product, but we've changed and grown so much that, you know, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, well, I think that what you just answered the question yourself. So you need to take a look at this, because it's a whole different ballgame now. I mean, they have over 100 products, and one of the best products is a financial opportunity. They have nearly 300 people that have earned over $1 million in the business. So you need to take a look at it, because what it was in the beginning is not what it is now. You owe it to